Thank you, Groucho. I think that's the most important thing in our business, a nice introduction. Because I had an introduction one time on a television show about 8 years ago, almost destroyed my career the way I was brought out. There's a guy on Sunday nights, I forget his name right now, but,
He's tonight on our show.
I'd like very much, ladies and gentlemen, introduce a young, fat, young, fat, young, fat, a young, fat. Made it sound like there was a Chinese comic coming out. Meantime, I'm backstage trying to lose weight fast. And here he is right now, ladies and gentlemen. Shecky whatever the heck his name is. And I ran out and said, thank you, Edie, Oodie. Whatever your name is. Actually, I've never worked a show after that, and that's one of the reasons why I'm glad I got the opportunity to tell you about it now. Recognition is the most important thing in this business. Different towns we play when you're recognized by different people. I was in San Francisco just before we had the pleasure of coming in and do this show. San Francisco. Anybody ever been to San Francisco in this room? Huh? They got one Chinese restaurant that flips me, a place called Johnny Khan's. You go into this place, now you always think that the Chinese people are humble because you see them in the movies. Oh, welcome. But you never know what they're saying down here. You idiot. And don't ever do what I did to a Chinese waiter. I said to the waiter, I said to him, psst, psst. He said, who you call psst, psst? 14 years I've been a waiter. Nobody ever said to me, psst, psst. You want me, you call me by my right name. Was the chef. I said, waiter, I'd like to learn how to eat with chopsticks. Ever since I've been a little boy, I've had this tremendous urge to learn how to eat with chopsticks. He said, me too. I said, don't you eat with chopsticks? He said, no, I was born in this country, San Francisco. I said, how do you eat? He said, with 2 forks. He said, but I have a cousin in the back. Just for this routine, he show you how to eat with chopsticks. He was born in this country too. Yoo-hoo. And that was the guy's name, Yoo-hoo. And he came out. And he got me the chopsticks. He said, very simple to eat. Thank you very much for the chopsticks. He's a chopstick holder. Very simple to eat with chopstick, yank. A lot of people think difficult, but basically very simple, like a mechanism. Mechanism, no trouble. Communism, plenty trouble. Make it simple. First of all, Yank, you order fried rice. Even if you don't like a fried rice, please order fried rice anyway, because I got idiot chef in the kitchen make nothing but fried rice. Got the whole kitchen full of fried rice. I'd fire the chef, but I can't get the door open. A fried rice pile right at the door. So mach me mushugi. Oh, you all speak Chinese. Very simple to eat. Fried rice there, you pick up with stick, put right in your mouth. Oh, look at that little fried rice, go back to the kitchen. You look very familiar to me. Didn't I see you on television one time? Aren't you fat, young? You chicky, chai. Listen, how come all the comedians always tell English story? They tell Scotch story, Irish story, but they never tell Chinese story. And he proceeded to tell me, I think, one of the greatest stories I've ever heard in my life. A beautiful story about a Chinese father in Hong Kong that says to his son, and the kid said, and the father said, that was my reaction, too, when I... But the most important thing is to be recognized. Now, this man recognized me as fat, young, because in this business, in order to become a star, you must have some individual quality that people see. Like Frankie Lane, one of my dearest friends, I said to, unless he was here tonight, and I wouldn't mention his name because I don't know him personally, but Frankie Lane, I said to Frankie Lane one day, which was his whole name at that time, I said, Frankie Lane, how'd you develop that style that made you a star? He said, well, let me tell you, and I ran out of his dressing room. He said, nut. But think about the great stars in our business. Jolson. What made Jolson great? Was it the unusual songs that Jolson used to sing? Heavens to Betsy, no, because I actually met Betsy Heavens one day. She's no, I really don't. You're right, Groucho pays to make a mistake. And I think this show is it for me. Jolson developed a style, ladies and gentlemen, my audience, of singing on one knee. Now, how did he develop that style of singing on one knee? All by accident, New York City. The Winter Garden Theater. The year was 1926. I'll never forget it because I was there that night. And I turned to Florence Ziegfeld, who was with me, and I said, Flo, this guy's really great. His name is Jolson. And Florence Ziegfeld turned to me and said, shut up! You're only 6 months old. And Jolson sang a song I'll never forget if I live to be 100 years old. The greatest song I've ever heard. It's a song that you never forget. And he developed this style of singing on one knee when he sang. He sang another beautiful song I'll never forget. Rockabye, my baby, with a dicky melody. And when you croon a tune right from the heart of little old Diggy. Come on and hang the cradle mine right upon that maiden Eden line. And one of the chorus boys said, Mr. Jolson, your pants are ripped. To Tennessee, with all the heart that's in ya, weep no more, my lady, and sing that song for me. Soft and low, just as though you had me on your knee. A million baby kisses I'm gonna deliver. If I can only eat my granny's chopped liver. Rockabye, my rockabye baby, with a dickney, with a dickney, with a dickney, with a dickney,